Assalamu alaikum students. It's me, Miss Sadia Abbas, your English teacher. Today we are going to discuss about the pronouns. As you know, there are the different types of pronouns like personal pronouns, relative pronouns, interrogative pronouns, indefinite pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, distributive pronouns, emphatic pronouns, and a reflexive pronoun. As you know, we have already discussed about the first six pronouns in the previous lectures. So today we are going to start with the emphatic pronouns and reflexive pronouns. What are the emphatic pronouns? As you know, the word emphatic is derived from the emphasize. So the pronouns that are used for emphasize are called emphatic pronouns. Being in a statement, these words are used just to emphasize on the doer of action or of an action. Like when someone says, I taught the parts of speech earlier. Yeah, I taught you the parts of speech earlier. This is a simple statement. But when someone says, I myself taught you the parts of speech, you yourself told me about this. Here, myself and yourself are used just for emphasize. So they are emphatic pronouns. These pronouns take self form like himself, herself, myself, and themselves. These are not basically used to replace a noun. Rather, they are additional in a sentence. Basically, the function of a pronoun is to replace a noun. So they are used instead of a noun. But emphatic pronouns are not used to replace a noun. They are additional words used to emphasize. So if they are omitted, they do not affect the structure of the sentence. Mean if we omit a emphatic pronoun from the statement will not be wrong. Here are some examples of reflexive pronoun, emphatic pronoun. I myself told him the actual story. He himself sold his car. You yourself should visit market to get the dress of your choice. So in these three statements, the emphatic pronouns that are used are myself, himself, and yourself. If we omit these pronouns from the statement, like I told him the actual story, he sold his car, you should visit market to get your dress of your choice. So all the statements are right. Mean there is no structural problem or issue. So these are the emphatic pronouns. They are just used to emphasize and they can be omitted from the statement. The next is reflexive pronoun. The word reflexive is derived from the word reflection. You know what is a reflection? When you see in a mirror, you see yourself. That is called reflection. When the subject and object of a sentence are same, the objective pronoun is called reflexive pronoun. Mean when you say that I saw myself in a mirror, he saw himself in a mirror. You saw yourself in the mirror. She saw herself in the mirror. In these statements, if I say I saw myself, I is subject. And what is object? I saw what? Myself. So myself is object. He saw, he is subject. Himself in the mirror, himself is object. Means subject, doer of an action, and the thing on which the action is done. If both are the same, the objective pronoun is called reflexive pronoun. These pronouns also take self form like himself, herself, myself, themselves. As I discussed earlier, I saw myself in the mirror. She saw herself in the mirror. So they take self form. These pronouns are the words that cannot be omitted as their object. In the emphatic pronoun, we can omit because they were additional. But in these statements, the reflexive pronoun cannot be omitted because they are not additional words. Basically, they are the objects in the statement. The other difference between emphatic pronoun and reflexive pronoun is that the place of these pronouns in the statement. When we discuss about the emphatic pronoun, we use self form after the subject. But in reflexive pronouns, we use self form after the verb as their object. They are used in the place of an object. Here are some examples of reflexive pronoun. She saw herself in the mirror. Ahmed hurt himself with a knife. They prepared themselves for the situation. So in all these examples, self form is used after the verb. So they are object. They cannot be omitted from the statement. She saw in the mirror. Ahmed hurt with a knife. They prepared for the situation. So these statements are missing with the object. So we have to put object in these statements to get the clear concept. Hope so you have understood the difference between emphatic pronoun and reflexive pronoun. Basically, the first difference is first is used when uh, emphatic pronoun is used for emphasize, whereas a reflexive pronoun is used as a object in a statement. Both take the self form, but in emphatic pronoun, self form is used after the subject, and in reflexive pronoun, self form is used after the verb as it is an object. In emphatic pronoun, self form can be omitted because it is an additional just for emphasis, so it can be omitted. But in reflexive pronouns, self form cannot be omitted because it is used here as an object, it is not additional. So here are some activities for you. First, you have to learn the definitions of emphatic and reflexive pronoun well. Then you have to make 5 sentences using emphatic pronoun and 5 sentences using reflexive pronoun so you could get the better concept of it.